Good morning, everyone. Anusha, Rudra, Narayan, good morning. Rucha, Vatika, good morning. Vivek, good morning. Welcome to the class. Am I audible to each one of you? Preeti, good morning. Fine. I hope I'm audible and the slide is visible. Well, we are doing the Minimum Wages Act. Previous session, we have completed the definition of wages. What do you mean by wages? For the Minimum Wages Act. And anyone who have not seen the previous session, please go through it. It's very important. Right? Nikita, good morning. How many of you first timers, first time attending the live session? Rohini, good morning. Sneha, good morning. Fine. Today we would be continuing the same. In the previous class, we did the definition of wages, and in a lot detailed version, in very detailed version, I have explained you what do you mean by wages, why the definition of the wages is in the way it is given. Today we would be doing the definition of employee. Section 2 subsection I defines employee. Now, why the employee definition is important? To understand that who is an employee to the employer and who would be receiving the minimum wages. Clear? So now, understand what we are studying here, employee. We are not studying the definition of worker. We are not saying here labor. We are saying it as an employee. So Minimum Wages Act defines the employee. It doesn't define worker. It gives the definition of employee which includes the worker. Okay? Now, any person who is employed for hire or a reward to do any work. So any person who is being employed by the employer either directly, indirectly to do any kind of the work for hire or a reward. Hire or the reward here means earlier when this law came into the existence, the people were hired on the basis of salary and some were hired on to give only on the cash, not cash, rewards. They were not given the money, they were given rewards, or you would say something which is not in cash. So either they are hired. Now the here hire and reward also means either you are directly hiring them, right? Either you are directly hiring them as for the services, means from somewhere, third party, there is third party from where you have hired their services. Okay. Now reward here means that you're directly taking them under you, under the reward compensation or reward management, right? It is the meaning. Different meanings can be there, but remember, anyone who is being hired by the person called as an employer is a employee. What kind of work? To do any kind of skilled, unskilled, manual, clerical in a scheduled employment. So there is one schedule consisting of part 1 and 2. In those scheduled employment, whoever are being employed to do skilled, unskilled, manual or clerical, for whom, for those scheduled employment for whom the minimum wages are fixed, those people are called as employee. It includes an out worker. I will explain you what do you mean by out worker. It includes an employee declared to be an employee by the appropriate government. In future, if the appropriate government defines or declare any category, like we have skilled category, unskilled, clerical and manual, they have declared them as a employee. So in coming time, if the appropriate government declares the people working in the technical category or doing the technical work would be an employee under the Minimum Wages Act, then they would be also the employees. Piece rated worker, those worker who receives the salary on the basis of piece. Discharged employees, those who have been discharged from their duties. Tube well operator under the local authority is municipality, gram panchayat and so on. All of them are the employee, and all of them may be either skilled, unskilled, manual, clerical. Employed where? In the scheduled employment. Who is out worker? Out worker is a person who is working for the employer at the places other than the premises of the factory establishment or any place where employer's work is going on. So employer is asking this person to come and do his work, his official work, any work which is related to his company, factory or establishment, but it is not into the premises. It is other place. It may be his house, it may be any workshop. So he is not coming to the premises, but yes, working for the employer. Such person is called as outworker, and the outworker is also supposed to be called as an employee and receive the minimum wages. It does not include any member who are the member of the armed forces, because they have different category of the wages being provided. So these are the people, those who are considered as the employee. मैं मिनिमम वेजेस दोबारा से पढ़ा रही हूं प्रीति. अगर आप आरआरबी कोर्स में हैं तो हाँ, ये रिवीजन क्लास है, दोबारा से हो रहा है आरआरबी के लिए. अगर आप एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी का है तो पहली बार ही पढ़ा रही हूं, कोल इंडिया से है तो पहली बार ही है, ठीक है. चलो, सो नाउ those were the important definitions. We would be moving to important sections. Section number 3, fixing of minimum rates of wages. This is the main objective of the Minimum Wages Act. What? To fix the minimum rates of wages which is to be provided to an employee into the different categories. Now, who has this responsibility of fixing the minimum wages? Appropriate government. Who? Appropriate government will fix the minimum wages for the employment which are given in the schedule. ठीक है? Either for part 1 or part 2, whoever would be the appropriate government will, by notification in the official gazette, can fix the minimum wages for either of the industry. Provided if in any state for the scheduled, so if there is any kind of industry given in the part 1 and whole state, let's say this is oil field or oil mines, oil, anything related to oil. So in a given state called A state, the total number of the people working in this oil industry is less than 1,000. In that case, appropriate government will not fix this over and over again. Now, what I want to tell here is, appropriate government has a responsibility to fix the minimum wages for different category of the people in the scheduled employment. And after fixing this, every 5 years, they are supposed to do a revision. They have to revise it, the minimum wages, because cost of living increases. In case, if the number of that particular one state, the total number of the employees is less than 1,000, in that case, appropriate government can refrain in the sense, no need of revising after 5 years. But as soon as it increases, it is supposed to revise. 3 things, I hope that is clear. Now, the appropriate government has a power to fix the minimum rates of the wages for complete whole state. It can fix the similar minimum wages for complete whole state, or a part of the state, or a specific class or category of the people in the state or the employment in the state. It has all kinds of power. Clear? And the revision is to be done after regular 5 years. Clear? This is not important if the number of the employees is less than 1,000. But as soon as the 1,000 number is crossed, at any point of the time, the appropriate government would be revising. Clear? So if you are asked in the exam, for what period of the time the minimum rates of wages are applicable once fixed. So any minimum rates of wages once fixed are applicable for 5 years. It remain into the force. It becomes enforceable immediately as soon as they are fixed, but it will into the force for 5 years. After 5 years, revision is important. Who has the responsibility? Appropriate government. Am I clear? प्रीति, हिंदी की क्लास सेपरेट होगी, ये इंग्लिश की क्लास है. हिंदी की क्लास आप प्लीज आरआरबी में हिंदी वाले में देखेंगे, ठीक है? ये इंग्लिश की क्लास है. हिंदी में मैं थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेनेशन दूंगी, लेकिन जो लैंग्वेज है वो इंग्लिश में ही लिख के आएगा, ठीक है? तो फिक्स करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी होती है? अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट की होती है. अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट फिक्स करती है, जो कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कोई भी हो सकती है. हर स्टेट के लिए एक पर्टिकुलर मिनिमम वेजेस, या डिफरेंट स्टेट, एक ही स्टेट में अलग अलग मिनिमम वेजेस फिक्स किए जा सकते हैं, जो कि 5 साल तक एप्लीकेबल होता है. उसके बाद में उसे रिवाइज किया जाता है. क्लियर? एम आई क्लियर? नाउ सेम सेक्शन के अंदर में सब सेक्शन 2, सेक्शन 3 सब सेक्शन 2, फिक्सिंग ऑफ द वेज रेट. अब हमें पता है अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट क्या कर सकती है? फिक्स करती है. अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट हैज द पावर टू फिक्स व्हाट? मिनिमम वेजेस. नाउ एट व्हाट रेट्स, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रेट्स इट कैन फिक्स? किस तरीके से फिक्स करेगी? So appropriate government can fix the minimum wages on the different wage rate, into different wage rate, alag alag, like minimum time rate, minimum piece rate, guaranteed time rate, overtime rate. What is minimum time rate? In an industry, in an establishment, there are the people or the employee who are working on hourly basis. Hourly basis, 1 hour, 8 hours a day, monthly or monthly basis specifically they are working. For those people, the minimum wages are decided as minimum time rate. Means for 1 hour you would be getting 100 rupees. For 1 hour you would be getting 1000 rupees. So those minimum wages as per the time rate, which is hourly rate, can be fixed by the appropriate government. Then comes, so this minimum rate of wages is for time work. Time, where your work cannot be counted into the pieces, but for the standard time you are given the work. Minimum piece rate. Now here there are the employees, the workers who are working on pieces. Polishing of the diamond, pieces per piece. Candle making, anything which is on pieces. For them, per piece. 10 rupees per piece, 100 rupees per piece. So this is also the rate which can be fixed by the appropriate government, a minimum rate of wages for the piece work. Now, guaranteed time rate. Now let's understand a situation. There is a situation, there is an industry, and in this establishment or in this industry, there are 2 categories of the people working. Some are working on timely basis, some are working on piece rates. Now imagine the timely, the people, those who are working on hourly basis, their time rates are fixed. They are called as minimum time rate. And even for the some piece work, there are different kind of pieces. So let's say piece work, for piece work A, the piece rate are fixed and they are called as minimum piece rate. Okay. But there is another category where the work is going on in the pieces. But till now, appropriate government have not fixed any wages, any minimum wages. So now what? These people, they are working for hours. If they are working 8 hours a day, it is for sure they would be getting the fixed amount, not less than that. Piece rate, if you are doing the pieces, they are sure for one piece they are going to get minimum 100 rupees, not less than that. What about these people? For those whom the minimum wages are not fixed, for this piece rate people, they won't get any minimum wages. Means there is no guarantee that whatever number of hours you work, whatever pieces you do, there is no minimum. No. For such people, or such category of the employees, those who are working on the piece rate, but their minimum wages are not fixed by the appropriate government because of any reasons, so in order to secure their right to receive the minimum wages, they will be getting the wages at the same as that of time rate. So let me give you the example. A is one person who is working on hourly basis, he get 100 rupees per hour. B is a person who is working on the pieces, he gets 20 rupees, 10 rupees per piece. C is also working on the pieces, but no such minimum wages are fixed. So now how C would be getting minimum? So C is now asking कि मुझे क्या है, मेरे को क्या guaranteed amount मिल रहा है कि मैं महीने के दिन भर का काम कर रहा हूं या इवनिंग में जब मैं घर जाऊंगा तो मुझे क्या पैसे मिलेंगे. फॉर देम पूरे दिन के अंदर में अगर वो 4 घंटे काम करता है, 4 घंटों के लिए टाइमली रेट मीन्स पर आवर रेट पे ही वुड बी guaranteed. That if you're working for 4 hours, every hour you would be getting 100 rupees. If you're working for 8 hours, accordingly. If you're working for 10 hours, accordingly. So in order to guarantee that yes, you would also get some minimum wages, they would be getting the wages which are actually at the same rate that of time rate. And this is called as guaranteed time rate. Why? Because it is giving a guarantee to this employees that you would be getting some amount. Clear? Am I clear? सबको समझ में आ गया? सबको समझ में आया? मिनिमम टाइम रेट क्या होता है? आर्ली बेसिस पे देते हैं. मिनिमम पीस रेट क्या होता है? पीस रेट पे देते हैं. गारंटीड टाइम रेट क्या होता है? वो रेट होते हैं उन पीस वर्क एम्प्लॉइज के लिए जिनके लिए जरूरी नहीं है ना हर कैटेगरी के लोगों के लिए हर पीस वर्क के लिए मिनिमम वेजेस फिक्स किए हैं. कई बार आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा इन पीसेस का क्या राइट रेट होगा, नहीं आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे, तो क्या उन लोगों को मिनिमम वेजेस गारंटी नहीं मिलेगी? क्या उनको मिनिमम वेजेस नहीं मिलेंगे? मिलेंगे. उनको उसी रेट पे मिलेंगे जो टाइम रेट फिक्स किया गया है, और जो उनको रेट दिए जा रहे हैं उनको कहा जाएगा गारंटीड टाइम रेट. क्लियर? Students, please do write in the comment section if you are understanding the things. Overtime rate. Overtime rate are the rates which are given to an employee for extra work. So in, let's say, minimum time rate says the maximum hours, okay, that you would be working in a day is 8 hours, and for the 8 hours every hours one per hour you getting 500 rupees. Maximum hours that you are allowed to work or you are supposed to work is 8 hours. Now anyone who is working for 9 hours, that 1 hour extra, you would be getting overtime, the rates overtime. Now it can be twice of this 500. Usually the overtime is twice, means 1000 rupees per hour. So this 9th hour 90 घंटे के लिए उसको 1000 रुपए उस 1 घंटे का मिलेगा. This overtime rate can be twice of normal rate or whatever rate is fixed by the government. So overtime rate are the rate fixed by the appropriate government for the work done extra other than the time rate and the minimum piece rate. Am I clear? Students, is that clear? What is overtime rate? यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है twice, मैंने आपको explain करने के लिए बताया. आपको ये definition ऐसे ही याद रखनी है that it is the rate, ठीक है? It is a rate which apply in the case a person is doing overtime. Answer this. Under the Minimum Wages Act 1948, a minimum rate of remuneration to apply in case of employees employed on piecework for purpose of securing such employees minimum rates of wages on time work basis is known as securing. देखो terms कैसे पूछे जाते हैं. Securing the employees minimum rates of wages. तो हम इसे क्या कहते हैं? Minimum time rate, minimum piece rate, guaranteed time rate, overtime rate. Right? The answer is very clear. Option number 3. आगे चलते हैं. सेम सेक्शन सब सेक्शन 3. पहले 1 में हमने पढ़ा अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. 2 में हमने पढ़ा कि कितने डिफरेंट रेट्स, वेज रेट फिक्स किए जा सकते हैं। अब डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज, कौन सी डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज हैं फॉर विच द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट मे फिक्स एंड रिवाइज द मिनिमम वेजेस। सो in the scheduled employment, part 1 and part 2, this is non-agriculture, this is agriculture. Here we have oil, we have mines, and so on, industries. Here we have dairy and agri and so on. So in the oil we have skilled labor working, unskilled workers working, technical, clerical, and so on. Here also we have clerical, technical, and so on. We have adult, adolescent working, people from the different location working. So now appropriate government can fix different minimum rates for different employment. For oil, it can be different. For mines, it can be different. So different scheduled employment can have different rates of minimum wages. Different classes of work in the same scheduled employment. In the oil itself, skilled people can have different minimum wages, unskilled can have different minimum wages, technical can have different minimum wages, clerical can have different minimum wages. So different category in the same scheduled employment can have different wages. Adult can have different minimum wages, adolescent can have different minimum wages, children and apprentice can have different minimum. But yes, men and women doing the same nature of work cannot be given different wages. That is against your Equal Remuneration Act. And for the different localities, location wise, depending upon their cost of living, location wise also, the minimum rates of wages can be different, fixed by the appropriate government. Clear? Now, this minimum rates which have been fixed, okay, for the wage period means the payment. So how? Per hour. So when you fix per hour, it is the time rate. So appropriate government can fix the minimum rates of wages for the different wage period. Wage period is कि किस टेन्योर के लिए आपको पेमेंट दी जा रही है, किस टाइम पीरियड के लिए आपको पेमेंट दी जा रही है, आपकी वेज पीरियड क्या है. सो अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट कैन फिक्स आर्ली मीन्स पर आवर 100 रुपीज, per day 500 rupees, per month 8,000 rupees is minimum fixed, and any such other larger wage period as may be prescribed. Clear? यहां याद रखेंगे, यहां हम वेज पीरियड नहीं फिक्स कर रहे, वेज पीरियड्स में जो रेट्स दिए जाएंगे मिनिमम वो फिक्स कर रहे, इसलिए लार्जर वेज पीरियड आ सकता है. अदरवाइज द मैक्सिमम, द लार्जेस्ट वेज पीरियड जिसके मतलब मेरे को आर्ली मिल रहा, मेरे को दिन का पैसा मिलता है, हफ्ते का पैसा मिलता है, मंथली मिलती है मेरी सैलरी, तो 30 दिन 30 डेज इज मैक्सिमम, ये वेज पीरियड मैक्सिमम है. यहां हम रेट फिक्स कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसा हो सकता है यहाँ पे 10,000 रुपए पर मंथ, या कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स जो होते हैं उनको 6 महीने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे रहे हैं तो 6 महीने का 10 लाख रुपए, ऐसे तरीके के मिनिमम, मतलब आपको अगर आप किसी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को लेंगे मिनिमम 6 महीने के लिए लेंगे और उनकी मिनिमम उनको 5 लाख का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो देंगे. दैट इज द लार्जर वेज पीरियड. दिस कैन बी फिक्स्ड बाय द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट. एम आई क्लियर? नो आकाश, यहां जो लिखा है वही याद रखना है, ठीक है? यहां पे जो लिखा है वो वही याद रखेंगे, जो स्पेसिफाई किया है आर्ली है, पर आवर, पर डे, पर मंथ. वीक यहां लिखा नहीं है, सो डोंट रिमेंबर इट, ठीक है? डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज. वीकली पेमेंट इज डन इन दी केस ऑफ वेज पीरियड. आपका वेज पीरियड वीकली हो सकता है, 15 डेज भी हो सकता है जिसे फोर्टनाइट कहते हैं, पर डे भी हो सकता है, लेकिन रेट्स जो मिनिमम वेजेस फिक्स्ड होते हैं वो वीकली नहीं होते. एम आई क्लियर? द क्वेश्चन, Under the Minimum Wages Act 1948, which one of the following is not a prescribed wage period for the fixation of the minimum rates of wages? चलो आ गया क्वेश्चन आपका. So जिस लॉ के स्पेसिफिक टर्म्स में आपको क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा आपको वही याद रखना है. Hour is there, day is there, month is there, week is not there. Clear? चलो आगे चलते हैं. That was section number 3. Subclause subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3 में A and B we have studied. Now see what you have to make sure that you check. This is section 3, subsection 3, subclause A. Section 3, subsection 3, subclause A. This is section 3, subclause B. Clear? चलो. Section number 4, minimum rates of wages. Now, what is this? Let's say there is an industry, any industry, let's say this is a manufacturing industry, and this manufacturing can be anything. It can be steel manufacturing. Let's take just an example, a steel manufacturing company. For this, appropriate government wants to fix minimum wages. Wants to fix a minimum wages, right? क्या करना चाह रही है? It is looking forward to fix the minimum wages. अब जब हम मिनिमम वेजेस को फिक्स करेंगे, सेक्शन 2H के अंदर में हमने वेज की डेफिनेशन में पढ़ा था कि वेजेस के अंदर में क्या आता है? बेसिक प्लस HRA. करेक्ट आता है. यानी ये वो कैटेगरी है या वो कंपोनेंट्स हैं जो गवर्नमेंट फिक्स करती है, राइट? अब इसके अलावा जो हम ये जो बेसिक की बात करते हैं ना, और HRA तो है, ठीक है. अब जब हम बेसिक की बात करते हैं या ये जो मिनिमम फिक्स करना चाह रही है, चलो लेट्स से अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट स्टील कंपनी में काम करने वाले एम्प्लॉयज के लिए एक मिनिमम वेजेस फिक्स करना चाह रही है, तो क्या क्या कंपोनेंट को कंसीडर करके फिक्स किया जा सकता है? ठीक है, तो 3 तरह से पॉसिबल है. कितने तरीके से? 3. देयर आर 3 ways. Appropriate government can fix the minimum rates of wages or revise the minimum wages which may consist of first basic rate of wages. ये हो गया आपका बेसिक, ठीक है, जो हमने कंपोनेंट में पढ़ा था, प्लस स्पेशल अलाउंस एट द रेट टू बी एडजस्टेड एट सच इंटरवल इन सच मैनर बाय द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट. स्पेशल अलाउंस अगर गवर्नमेंट चाहती है कि नहीं, मेरे को ये बेसिक के अलावा इसके अंदर एक स्पेशल अलाउंस एड ऑन करना है जो टाइमली मैं चेंज करता रहूंगा, वो भी कर सकती है, ठीक है. प्लस may direct to any according nearly practicable with the variation in cost of living index number applicable to such worker herein thereafter called as cost of living allowance. अब मैं इसे समझाती हूँ. बेसिक, my pen is not working. Basic, HRA, dearness allowance, special allowance, traveling allowance, medical allowance or medical expenses or allowance rather. Then we have LTA, PF, gratuity. These are the few components. ठीक है, ये क्या है? Components. We have studied in the definition of the wages that basic plus HRA ये होता है जब minimum wages. क्यों ये basic और HRA? अब इसको ना थोड़ा सा ऐसे समझेंगे. Oh God. This is very I don't know, I don't want to create a confusion for you, but to make you understand in a better way कि ये दो चीजें अलग अलग क्या हैं और हम इसको कैसे कंसीडर करते हैं. मैं आपको ना एक एग्जांपल लेके समझा रही हूँ. जस्ट अ सेकेंड. Whoever feel that you are confused, do let me know. पहले हम इस चीज को समझ लेते हैं. I will explain this example. इसको मैं क्लियर कर देती हूँ. पहले ये वाला पोर्शन. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज बेसिक. पहला तरीका क्या है कि जब वो मिनिमम वेजेस फिक्स कर रही है उस मिनिमम वेजेस के अंदर आने वाले कंपोनेंट क्या होंगे? बेसिक प्लस योर डियरनेस अलाउंस। यहां पे स्पेशल अलाउंस का मतलब है डियरनेस अलाउंस, कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग। ठीक है। दूसरा है बेसिक रेट ऑफ वेजेस with or without cost of living, the cash value of concession in respect to special essential commodities at concessional rate wherever it is authorized so। अब ये क्या है? बेसिक। दो चीजें यहां पे है, बेसिक प्लस डीए और बेसिक प्लस डीए प्लस कंसेशनल रेट्स, यहां डीए नहीं होगा, प्लस कंसेशनल रेट्स। Now what do you mean by concessional rates? So concessional rates यानी कई बार एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉइज को, जैसे मार्केट के अंदर में अगर राइस दे आर परचेसिंग, इट इज 10 rupees per kg, they are offering them at 5 rupees per kg. How much? 5 rupees per kg. So this is what concessional rate. So the minimum wages can be fixed as basic plus concessional. Clear? This is without DA, and basic plus DA plus concessional. Another way, the third way, all inclusive rate following basic rate, the cost of living, the cash of value, all inclusive here says basic, DA, cash value, concessional rates. ठीक है, plus any other allowance inclusive of all. It can decide the minimum wages, any of them. अब इसको समझते हैं, इसका मतलब क्या है। ठीक है, तीन कैटेगरी है, बेसिक प्लस डीए। ठीक है, फिर बेसिक कंसेशनल रेट, देन बेसिक ऑल इंक्लूसिव प्लस डीए प्लस कैश वैल्यू ऑफ कंसेशनल रेट। सो एप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट ने स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयज या लेट्स से अनस्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयज के लिए मिनिमम वेजेस को फिक्स किया है, जो कि है बेसिक उन्होंने फिक्स कर दी 4000 प्लस डीए, डीए लेट्स से 1000 रुपीज है, जो कि वैरी कर सकती है, जो गवर्नमेंट वैरी कर सकती है ओवर द टाइम। ठीक है, जिसे इन्होंने स्पेशल अलाउंस बोला है, कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग। डीए हियर इज डियरनेस अलाउंस। ठीक है, जो कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग से आइडेंटिफाई होता है, कर दिया, गुड। बेसिक प्लस कंसेशनल। नाउ फॉर अनस्किल्ड ओनली, the another way is 4000 basic plus concessional, cash value of concessional rates। ठीक है, यहां डीए नहीं लिया उन्होंने, ये वाला अमाउंट नहीं लिया, 500 रुपीज, ये हो गया बेसिक यहां पे। या फिर थर्ड वे, बेसिक 4000 प्लस डीए 1000 प्लस 500, ये भी अनस्किल्ड के लिए। ये हो गया इंडस्ट्री ए के लिए, इंडस्ट्री बी के लिए, इंडस्ट्री सी के लिए। सो मिनिमम वेजेस फॉर अनस्किल्ड वर्कर वर्किंग इन ए इंडस्ट्री, minimum for them is 5000 and appropriate government is fixing 5000 rupees। यानी कोई भी अगर ए इंडस्ट्री में आके काम करेगा, उसको जो मिनिमम वेजेस आपको देने हैं वो 5000 देने ही पड़ेंगे। और अगर कोई अनस्किल्ड वर्कर बी इंडस्ट्री में है तो 4500 रुपए देने ही पड़ेंगे। और अगर वो अनस्किल्ड वर्कर सी कैटेगरी में है तो यहाँ पे 5500 फिक्स किया हुआ। क्लियर? एम आई क्लियर? अब आते हैं सेक्शन 2H में जो वेजेस की डेफिनेशन है। मैम वहां पे तो बेसिक प्लस एचआरए है, बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही बात है। तो वहां उसका मतलब क्या है कि ये जो बेसिक वैल्यू है ना, बेसिक जो आप दे रहे हैं वो ये हो सकता है, प्लस एचआरए जो भी देंगे, एचआरए जो भी देंगे। तो लेट्स से यहां पे डेफिनेशन, एक एम्प्लॉय की सैलरी के अंदर में आप जो बेसिक और एचआरए दे रहे हैं ना, वो इससे कम नहीं उतरना चाहिए कैटेगरी इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से। तो अगर आप ए इंडस्ट्री में किसी की सैलरी कंपोनेंट डिसाइड किया है तो उसका बेसिक प्लस एचआरए 5000 के नीचे नहीं होगा, उसके ऊपर हो सकता है। आप एचआरए को कैसे भी वैरी करो, लेकिन उसका ये बेसिक और एचआरए 5000 से नीचे नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दिस इज मिनिमम वेजेस। सिमिलरली यहां पे भी 4,500 से नहीं होगा, यहाँ 5,500 से नीचे नहीं होगा. एम आई क्लियर? यस, आर्मी कैंटीन्स में जैसे कंसेशनल रेट पे मिलता है. एम आई क्लियर स्टूडेंट्स? एंड डू लेट मी नो इफ आई डोंट हैव टू गो मच. इतना डिटेल में नहीं जाना है तो भी मुझे बता सकते हैं अगर आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिल जाती है. दिस इज टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड, थोड़ा सा समझने के लिए. ठीक है, हो गया. सेक्शन नंबर 4, प्लीज राइट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन इफ यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एंड इफ यू आर गेटिंग बोर्ड वो भी बता सकते हैं, तो मैं ऊपर ऊपर से खत्म करूंगी. सेक्शन नंबर 5, प्रोसीजर फॉर फिक्सिंग रिवाइजिंग द मिनिमम वेजेस. अब 3 और 4 में तो हमने ये पढ़ लिया कि अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट फिक्स कर सकती है मिनिमम वेजेस, किस तरीके से कर सकती है, क्या कंपोनेंट यूज कर सकते हैं. अब पढ़ना है प्रोसीजर क्या है. प्रोसीजर क्या है? मैंने कंपोनेंट्स डिसाइड कर लिए. ठीक है, मैंने ये भी डिसाइड कर लिया कि कंपोनेंट्स क्या होंगे, और मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि मेरे को मंथली करना है या टाइमली करना है, ये सब डिसाइड कर लिया. प्रोसीजर क्या? द फर्स्ट वे इज कमिटी मेथड. इन दिस मेथड appropriate government will appoint a committee. क्या अपॉइंट करेगी? अ कमिटी. दिस कमिटी will consist of equal number of representatives from the employer and the employee. Employee representative will be coming from the registered trade union if it is there. Clear? And along with this employee and employer, there would be an independent person, 1/3 of total member of this committee. So in this committee, if there are 9 members, if they decide to keep the 9 member, 1/3 of this means 3 has to be independent people. Who are the independent person? Independent person are the people, those who neither belong to employee category, neither to employer category. Okay? So this committee consisting of equal number of employees and employer representative and 1/3 of the independent person, they all are nominated by the government, is an advisory body. Advisory is this committee will advise the appropriate government that for certain category what minimum wages you should keep or how you would be revising. Clear? This committee will give a advice, and appropriate government will issue the or you can say it will give you the notification कि now yes, this is what we have fixed with the help of the committee, or this is what the wages are which we are deciding to fix. So the time period for doing it is 3 months. After the 3 months, the new wages come into force. So it shall come into the force whatever is being decided by the committee, the wages, after the 3 months from the date of its issue. Whenever appropriate government issues the notification, from there, after the expiry of 3 months only, the new wages will come into existence. So this is what? Committee method. Another one is notification method. Here is no committee. Here, the appropriate government itself, by itself, just giving a notice in the official gazette, will give a proposal of the information that this is what we are looking forward to decide the wages or keep the wages or revise the wages. This notification would be in the official gazette for the time period of 2 months. And similarly, once from the date on which this notice was issued, after the expiry of 3 months from the date of issue, the new wages will come into existence. Clear? The notification or the proposal is given to the people, those who are going to get affected, or it is in the official gazette notifying the people, those who are going to get affected by the new rates of wages. Am I clear? Notification method and committee method, they come into the force after the expiry of 3 months only. Which of the following are the method of fixing, revising minimum wages under the Minimum Wages Act? Read it and answer. Any confusion, any question in committee and notification method? So if appropriate government makes a committee have given an advice, and on 1st of January, appropriate appropriate government have issued that this is what the committee have decided. So from here, 3 months, January, February, March. So complete March, after 31st March, from 1st April, the new wages will come into existence. In case of notification method, the proposal would be given by appropriate government. Let's say it is on 1st of January. So for 2 months, it would be officially there. So 28th Feb, 2 months. After that, again waiting for 1 month, means 31st March till 31st. On 1st of April, the new wages will come into existence. So here the answer for this is option number D, notification and committee method. Why you are not participating? I know it's very obvious that you would be knowing the answers. There are 9 to 10 people in the class. I know you all are getting the point. You would know the answers, but try to participate it. Now, section number 7, 8 and 9 and 10. 7, 8 and 9. These three are highly related and similar almost. Section 7 talks about advisory body, which is at the state level. Now, what is the purpose of this advisory body? Why it is framed? You know, state are big. They are into big area. And there can be number of industries in this state. So at once, it's not possible for the appropriate government to deal with this complete state. Different category of industries are there. So appropriate government can appoint an advisory board. The purpose of this advisory board is to coordinate with the committees and subcommittees which are created by the appropriate government to fix the wages और मिनिमम वेजेस. तो इनका काम क्या होता है कि जो कमिटी बनाई ना, यहाँ पे ये जो कमिटीज बनती हैं या सब कमिटीज के अलावा सब कमिटीज भी गवर्नमेंट बना सकती है वेजेस को फिक्स करने के लिए, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द एरिया इन विच इट इज डीलिंग. एक कमिटी बना ली, बोला आप इंडस्ट्री ए के लिए डील करेंगे. दूसरी कमिटी बना ली, वो डी के लिए. एक सब कमिटी बनाई है, बोला ए वाले एरिया में आप स्किल्ड लेबर के लिए डील करेंगे. बहुत बड़ा एरिया है ना. सो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड विल डील and coordinate with this work of committees and subcommittees, and it will finally advise the appropriate government in the matter of fixing and revising the minimum wage. Similarly, at the central level, there can be a central advisory board. Here, appropriate government appoints the advisory board. Here, central government appoints the central advisory board because it is at the center level. Purpose: advising center and the state government on the matter of fixing the wages. It can advise both state government as well as the center government that how the wages and will be fixed and revised. And it will be coordinating the work with the advisory board as well. This board will consist of equal number of representative from employers and employee, and 1/3 of the total member has to be independent person. This is what composition. So 1/3 would be the independent person, and one of this independent person would be appointed as a chairman by central government. This is composition. So what is the composition? Equal number of representative from employee and employer, 1/3 as independent person, and one out of the independent person has to be the chairman. The same composition is for advisory board, which is given under your section number 9. So whatever committees, advisory board and subcommittees are formed under this law, for all of them, equal number of representation from employee and employer, 1/3 has to be the independent person and one person has to be appointed as a chairman. All the committees and subcommittees. Clear? Section 10, correction of error. Now let's say appropriate government have fixed some 4,000 rupees per month for certain category of worker. By mistake, while publishing it, instead of 4,000, it became 400. So what is this? This is clerical, na? This is clerical error, arithmetical error. It may become 4,400 or it can become 40,000. So this errors, or if something is missed, errors and accidental slip or omission can be corrected. So who? the appropriate government will give a notification in the official gazette regarding the correction of such error, and this error will also would be placed before the advisory committee, or sorry, advisory board, for the information that this errors has happened, now we are changing. Clear? Section 7 and section 8 comparative chart I have given. Section 11, wages in kind. Now, what is wages in kind? In kind means what? See, earlier when this law came into the existence, these people were hired on the basis of cash, that you would be given money. But there were some kind of the payment which was not in the cash but in kind, in different way, way. So you won't get money, but we will give you 10 kgs of wheat, we will give you a cloth, we will give, or something, some kind of, but not in cash. So the first and foremost important thing about the minimum wages is that they are supposed to be paid in cash. The minimum wages should be paid in cash. But if there is any custom to pay the wages either partly or wholly, so there can be 500, we will be giving you the cash, rest we will be giving you the daily ka ration ka saman, and in other places it can be 100% whole, हम आपको पैसे नहीं देंगे लेकिन आपको सामान दे देंगे. This can be a way. So the custom, wherever there is a custom of paying the wages in kind, appropriate government will decide कि किस काइंड में देंगे. आप ऐसे नहीं दे सकते कि हम आपको 100 किलो अनाज दे देंगे. तो अनाज से केवल काम थोड़ी ना चलेगा, और भी सारे बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट होते हैं. तो ये गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करेगी, ऑथराइज करेगी कि आप आइदर होली और पार्टली कितना पोर्शन इन काइंड में देंगे और कैसे देंगे. और अगर आप कोई कंसेशनल रेट दे रहे हैं, वो कंसेशनल रेट क्या होंगे. जो भी आप इन काइंड में दे रहे हैं, जो भी सप्लाईज दे रहे हैं कंसेशनल रेट पे, उनके रेट्स क्या होंगे. कौन सी एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज आप कंसेशनल रेट पे दे पाएंगे. सो दिस ऑल थिंग वुड बी डिसाइडेड बाय द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट. सेक्शन 12, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Whose responsibility it is to pay the minimum wages? Payment of the minimum wages should be made to all the employees, and this is to be done by the employer. No employer shall pay any of the employee the wages which are less than that of the minimum rates of wages fixed by the appropriate government. They are supposed to pay this minimum rates of the wages without any unnecessary deductions until and unless they are valid deductions. Clear? Section number 12. Section number 13. What is 13? Section 13, fixing of hours for normal working day. Now what is this? You are fixing hourly or piece rate. So appropriate government can even fix that normally how much an employee would be working in a day. 8 hours, 9 hours, and how much interval he would be getting. What would be the interval? How much leave, weekly holiday he would be giving. So all this can be fixed by the appropriate government. So appropriate government has a power to fix what would be the number of the hours that would be called as the normal working day. कितने घंटों को आप कहेंगे कि हाँ ये आपका normal working day है. This would be by the appropriate government, inclusive of one or more specified interval. Short interval, long interval है, एक ही इंटरवल है, कितना है, अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट विल डिसाइड. डे ऑफ रेस्ट इन एवरी 7 days, पीरियड ऑफ 7 दिनों के अंदर में कौन सा दिन आप एज एन इन डे ऑफ रेस्ट, यानी जैसे संडे होता है, सैटरडे रखोगे, मंडे रखोगे, ट्यूसडे रखोगे, क्या रखोगे. दिस वुड बी डिसाइडेड बाय अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट. एंड प्रोवाइड फॉर द पेमेंट ऑफ वर्क ऑन अ डे ऑफ रेस्ट एट द रेट नॉट लेस देन ओवर टाइम. कि वो ओवर टाइम भी फिक्स करना कि अगर आपके पास में कोई रेस्ट डे यानी संडे को आके काम करता है तो आप उनको किस रेट पे आप वेजेस देंगे, ओवर टाइम रेट पे. ये सारा फिक्स करने की पावर अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट के पास में. बट द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट कैन अप्लाई दिस प्रोविजंस टू लिमिटेड एक्सटेंट. So before deciding the normal working hours as the 8 hours, let's take an example, 8 hours, it will check certain conditions. And this normal 8 hours a day won't be applicable in what cases? In case employees are engaged on an urgent or emergency, like during COVID. Let's say normal construction of hospital is going on, ठीक है, hospital work is going on, चल रहा है, this is normal condition, no emergency. So the workers working here are working for 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day, fine, and government has fixed that the maximum hours they are going to work is 8 hours or 9 hours. But now the COVID is there. What is this COVID? Emergency, where hospitals are emergency requirement. तो यहाँ पे appropriate government can limit itself. Appropriate government won't say that 8 hours is necessary. You get it done. हॉस्पिटल का कंस्ट्रक्शन होना जरूरी है, नॉट अब वो जो नॉर्मल केस वाले 8 घंटे 9 घंटे लग रहे हैं वो हम हटा दे रहे हैं. यहाँ पे अर्जेंट वर्क का काम है ना, गेट इट डन. Employees engaged in the work in the nature of preparatory or complementary work which must be necessarily carried outside the limit. एक let's say रेल ट्रैक है, ठीक है, इस पे यहाँ पे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई. अभी प्रॉब्लम हो गई, ट्रेन तो ऑल टाइम चलती है 24 hours. So now appropriate government has fixed a worker can work for work normally for how many 8 hours a day. अब कोई वर्कर यहाँ पे आके बोल रहा है नो नो मेरे 8 घंटे खत्म हो गए, मैंने नहीं काम करना. In those cases, in such cases, appropriate government itself say that अगर ये रेल ट्रैक का पूरा काम हो गया है लेकिन कुछ preparatory और complementary work pending है, get it done. Now you're not going to count here 8 hours. Get it done. Employees whose employment is essentially intermittent, जो regular nature का काम नहीं है. Employees engaged in work which are technical reasons to be completed before the duty is over. Daylight में ही खत्म करना है. You cannot do it in the night. Mines में, माइंस के अंदर में दिन में ही काम होना है, दिन की रोशनी में काम होगा तो वो दिन में ही करेंगे. उस केस में आप 8 घंटे या फिर 10 घंटे का कंडीशन नहीं लगा सकते. Employees engaged in work which could be carried out except on time dependent on irregular action. डैम्स का कंस्ट्रक्शन रेनी सीजन में तो नहीं हो सकता, तो रेनी सीजन आने से पहले मुझे काम खत्म करना है. तो इन दिस केस ऑल्सो द फिक्सिंग ऑफ द आवर्स कैन बी लिमिटेड. एम आई क्लियर? कौन से केसेस में द प्रोविजन फॉर द फिक्सिंग ऑफ द नॉर्मल वर्किंग आवर्स आर लिमिटेड? सो दीज आर दिस. ठीक है, चलो मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन नंबर 14, ओवर टाइम. व्हाट इज ओवर टाइम? When a worker, let's say 8 hours a day is a time limit fix, anyone who is working half an hour or 1 hour extra than the normal working hours, then the person is supposed to set doing an overtime, right? So overtime work is a work done by an employee on any day in excess to normal working hours constituting, so normal any number of hours constituting normal working hours a day. So if government has fixed 8 hours as a normal, anyone who is working more than 8 hours, it is said that he is doing an overtime. And for overtime, rates can be fixed by the appropriate government. Who can fix it? Appropriate government. So appropriate government will be fixing the rate, or in case if there is already a law which defines overtime rate, the worker would be given the overtime rate as per the rate which is higher. Now what does this mean? Let's say this is an industry. This industry is located in a state of Maharashtra, and as per some Maharashtra state law, the overtime rate given in this industry is, let's say, twice the normal rate. यानी उसको 500 रुपए दिन का मिलता है तो 1000 रुपए मिलेगा. So twice of 500. Now, in case appropriate government is into existence, is in action, and Minimum Wages Act become applicable to this industry. Minimum Wages Act says overtime के लिए you would be getting 1.5 of these normal wages, यानी 1.5 गुना 500 का. तो कौन सा ज्यादा है? ये वाला. महाराष्ट्र के कोई स्टेट लॉ से उसको ज्यादा मिल रहा है यहाँ पे, तो ये वाला रेट देंगे. तो जो हायर होगा वो देंगे. Section 15. Wages of the worker who works for less than normal working day. What does this say? Let's say 8 hours is the requisite number of the normal working day. This is normal working day. These are the hours आपको दिन में काम करना है. Now the worker came, he completed the works in 6 hours. How many hours? 6 hours. What about rest 2 hours? He won't be paid? No. He would be paid even if he has completed his work only in the 6 hours. So he is entitled for the complete work day or normal working hour payment even if he is working less than the normal working hour day. In any case, the worker came, you gave him the work of half day. You gave him. आपने उसको बिठा के रखा और हाफ डे का काम किया, तो क्या आधे दिन की सैलरी देंगे? नो, इट वॉज यू हु गेव हिम हाफ डे. गिव हिम होल कंप्लीट डे वर्क, उसको पूरे दिन का पैसा मिलेगा. बट not in the case of the failure of work is caused by his unwillingness to work and not by the omission of the employer. अगर आप एज एन एम्प्लॉयर मना कर रहे हैं तो आपको तो पूरे दिन की देनी पड़ेगी. लेकिन अगर एम्प्लॉय ने अपनी अनविलिंगनेस, वो जानबूझ के काम रोक रहा है, जानबूझ के काम नहीं कर रहा है, तो आप फिर जितना घंटा उसने काम किया उसको उतने पैसे देंगे. सेक्शन 16, वेजेस ऑफ 2 और मोर क्लासेस ऑफ वर्क. लेट्स से एक वर्कर है ए, he is working in the packaging class, or let's say this way, he is working for 8 hours a day. ठीक है, and this person is involved into skilled category of work for 5 hours. Rest 3 hours he does unskilled work. हो सकता है दो कैटेगरी में. For skilled work, the payment is 500 rupees per hour, and for unskilled, it is 300 rupees per hour. When a employee is working in 2 or more classes, this is 2 different classes, at the 2 different minimum rates of wages fixed by the appropriate government. So this worker called A, for first 5 hours where he is working for skilled work, will be given 500 rupees per hour, and for the rest 3 hours he would be given 300 rupees per hour. जो जिस कैटेगरी में जितना टाइम रिस्पेक्टिवली काम कर रहा है उसके ही रिस्पेक्ट में उतना मिनिमम वेजेस देगा. एम्प्लॉयर ये नहीं बोलेगा कि चलो ना आपका यहाँ पे आपने 8 घंटे पूरे कर लिए, 300 rupees per hour for 8 hours. No, why? 5 hours he worked in skilled, na? Give him skilled work money, which is being fixed by the appropriate government. Clear? Then comes section 17. Section 17 is similar to your guaranteed time rate. Minimum time rate wages for piecework. In case a person is employee is employed in an establishment and he is doing some kind of piecework. For this, minimum time rate is fixed and no minimum piece rate are fixed. Piece rate fix नहीं, ठीक है. तो जब piece rate fix नहीं है तो हम क्या देंगे? Time rate देंगे. So every employer will pay an employee to the people those who are working on the piece rate a time rate amount. जिसके लिए piece rate fix नहीं है वो उनको minimum time rate के हिसाब से ही पैसे देंगे, उससे कम नहीं देंगे. सेक्शन 18, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ रजिस्टर एंड रिकॉर्ड. किस वर्कर को कितनी सैलरी है, किस कैटेगरी में है, कितना वो आर काम करता है, everything about the worker, employee, factory, workshop where he is working, in which category he is employed, the receipt of the wages, the slip of the wages, all this maintenance of register and the record is the employer's responsibility. पूरे दिन का कैसे मिलेगा आकाश? आप क्या पूछना चाह रहे हो? ओवर टाइम के लिए मिलेगा ना. ओवर टाइम तो पूरे 1 ही घंटे का था ना. ओवर टाइम का पैसा मिलता है, पूरे दिन का डबल थोड़ी मिलेगा. ऐसे तो सारे लोग ओवर टाइम करेंगे, फिर 1 घंटा रुकना है, पूरे दिन का 8 घंटे का मुझे डबल पैसा मिलेगा. नहीं, 8 के अलावा अगर आपने कोई एक्स्ट्रा काम किया है, 8 आवर्स के बाद एक्स्ट्रा हाफ एन आवर भी किया है, एक्स्ट्रा किया है, 1 आवर एक्स्ट्रा किया है, तो इस हाफ एन आवर के लिए आपको ओवर टाइम मिलेगा, 1 आवर के लिए ओवर टाइम मिलेगा. पूरे 8 घंटों के लिए थोड़ी ना मिलेगा, वो तो नॉर्मल वर्किंग आवर्स है. ठीक है. सो दिस वाज द सेशन फॉर टुडे. इसके बाद का हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में कंटिन्यू करेंगे. इज देयर एनी क्वेरी, एनी क्वेश्चन, यू कैन आस्क मी. ठीक है. यस आकाश, बोलो. You want to ask? No. ठीक है. Is this clear? चलो, I'm ending this. We would be meeting in our next class.